Hello everyone, my name is Jarrell. For many of you out there, this will be our first time meeting, so I'm very grateful that you're here, and I hope we have a lot of fun with each other. Now, to get to the point of the title of the video here is I want to address the Kickstarter campaign for Breath of Thunder. So to start things off, regardless of what happens in terms of funding, whether or not we reach even our base goal, I will find a way to make Breath of Thunder for you. I now understand and see that there's many people out there who want this game, so whether we reach full funding or not, I will make the game happen. It means that I will just have to develop it simultaneously while I work on my other commercial titles. As an internally funded solo developer, I have to constantly launch new games in order to keep new revenue coming into my studio, which unfortunately means that I am not in the position to develop larger titles that take more time to develop. So, to get to the title of the video, I regret starting this Kickstarter campaign. And the reason being is that it takes a significant amount of time and personal sacrifice to be able to run a Kickstarter campaign. I will be the first to admit that I don't think I'm a great Kickstarter campaign runner. That's not where my expertise is. That's not where my strengths lie. And one of the sacrifices that I've had to make in order to run this Kickstarter campaign, I think has gone too far. So once a week, I volunteer at a cancer hospital and I play music for people there. I play the violin with a friend. He plays the banjo, and then sometimes I'll play the piano afterwards. And it just brightens up people's day. It puts a smile on their face. And with anyone, you never really know if someone's going through a difficult time in their life. But in a place like a cancer hospital, you know for a fact that people are going through the most difficult time in their life. And being able to brighten up their day just a little bit, being able to put a smile on their face, I think that is the most important thing that we can do as human beings, is to help each other in some way, to brighten each other's day somehow, to put a smile on someone's face. And in order to run this Kickstarter campaign, I have had to step away from that, along with other personal things in my life. I am currently constantly having to prove myself to people online, and it is entirely my fault. There were the reaction to the offer to make homebrew versions of Breath of Thunder for legacy consoles. From my mind and my perspective, I thought that was a fun bonus if the funding happened to get that far. My intention was, if the funding got that far, the funding only covers the amount of time that I spend producing that game, which would be 3 to 4 months on each version, and the money that I will have lost from not producing games in that time. I'm currently on track to launch 1 game a month. So if I take 3 months developing, say for example, a Dreamcast version of a game, that is 3 commercial titles that I will have not developed, which means that I am losing a significant amount of money by producing these homebrew games. And that is why the prices seem to get higher and higher as the other consoles are added on with the stretch goals, is they are not only covering the time that I spend developing, but also the products which I am not able to launch and earn revenue from, because as the Kickstarter states, the homebrew titles for the legacy platforms will be free for everyone. And I had faith and I believed that people would understand that and the goodwill that goes into that, the amount of expertise and experience and hard work that has to go into that. I had faith that people would understand and believe in that. And it's heartbreaking to me to recognize that I was wrong. I don't want to say that I was wrong to have faith that people would understand. It is entirely my fault for being out of touch with internet culture and being out of touch with Kickstarter culture. So I will be removing the stretch goals, as that is just causing confusion, and it's building negativity. And instead of people sort of seeing that and thinking, oh, that would be really cool, in case we get to that point, it'd be really cool to see a full RPG on that console. People are demanding I prove myself to them before they even consider the campaign. And I appreciate absolutely everyone who has supported. I harbor no ill will towards anyone who is doubtful of the campaign, but I do not have to prove myself to anyone. I need to remind myself of that because I have been caught in a little bit of a cycle where everyone's saying, prove it, prove yourself. And so I'm stepping up and saying, look, here's the proof. And I need to just take a deep breath and remember, I do not have to prove myself to anyone. I'm going to share something very personal with you. I've already proven myself to the one person I need to prove myself to. This is a photo of my father figure. I went back to California one year to help him mend fences on his property. There were scraps of wood left over, so I built this frame. I made one for him too, so he's got one. And whenever I feel like things are so difficult that I just can't keep going, that I can't keep a smile on my face, I look at the photo and I think of him, and I think about how he would have a smile on his face, and he would just keep doing the job, and he'd keep going until the job is done. And I've earned his respect, and I've proven myself to him. This is the only person who I have to prove myself to that matters, and I've already done that. So no offense to all of you out there, but I do not need to prove myself to you. So I'm removing the stretch goals from the Kickstarter campaign, and I just want to talk to you as a person. I am not a content creator. I am not a big YouTuber. I'm not an online personality. I'm not a social media person. I am none of that. I am just a man. I'm a normal man who wants to believe that there is something left of the world that was promised to him when he was young. I want to believe that there is goodness out there. I want to believe that there is something to believe in. I want to believe that people have faith. And I want to believe that there's kindness and understanding in the world. That's what I am. I am not a content creator. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not here to be this big, loud personality. I'm not here to demand your attention. And asking people for money is not something that I enjoy. It is not a part of the process that I like. So I didn't really have a script for this video. I just wanted to chat with all of you and let you know where things are. So I just want to thank absolutely everyone for supporting the Kickstarter campaign, but at this point I need to step away from the campaign for a few days. I absolutely need to finish my 2 commercial titles that I have in development. I need to have those finished and submitted. That is A Gorgeous Sword, Long Hard Justice, and Sweet Abominations. And after that, I will be working on Neon Starglide and Silver Falls Duck Season. So I need to make sure I get my commercial titles in order to keep my studio financial. I just want to thank everyone again. Thank you so much for your Kickstarter support. Regardless of whether or not we are funded, I will find a way to bring the game to you. I will not be able to bring this full RPG to the older legacy platforms. And that's just, if I keep promising that, I'm going to have to keep fighting wave after wave of negativity. And that's not something that I am willing to sacrifice the other commitments I have in my personal life. I will not sacrifice that for internet squabble. That's not something I'm interested in. So I just want to thank all of you. And if you do want homebrew games for your platform, if you are using the Saturn, the Dreamcast, the Jaguar, all of that stuff, let me know. Just comment, and I'll find some way. I'll make time to create small homebrew games for you. I won't be able to make full-size titles, but I'll be able to make smaller stuff for you. So I just want to thank all of you for your support. Thank all of you for understanding. Please take care of yourselves and find some way to bring some happiness to your life.